Freaky fun for everyone. Sold
Leonardo, the katana blade.
Attack the evil Inhumanoid, forcing him back into the earth.
Hey, the name's Boglins. You sold separately.
We battle our He-Man and Skeletor each sold separately. You put them out together.
Turn them into the light, and they change into even more powerful.
Battle against Lion-O and the new Thundercat ally.
Welcome to the third episode of That New Toy Smell. I'm Pixel Dan. I'm Duvall. And today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start off with some viewer emails.
Really?
Really?
What's it say?
Really. Well, let me read it to you. I'll tell you exactly what it says.
Hold on, let me get it. It's like a story.
It is like a story. Okay. This email comes from our fan, The Batman, who, by the way, is a fantastic fan. He emails us after every episode. So here's our shout out to you. A quote from his email says, I think you guys should incorporate some more comedy into your show. I know you all have different styles, but it's funny to me. You know, I agree with that. And since here at That New Toy Smell, we like to make our fans happy.
That was a good story.
Ah! What the crap, dude? He wanted more funny. That was funny.
No!
It was very funny. No, it didn't. Just come on.
Right.
Funny. Funny, right? Funny?
Slappy McSlapperson? God, man.
All right.
Ow.
Well, let's just go ahead and get into the first segment this week. Well, we're going to kick things off with episode 3 with a brand new Plastic Treasures. Now, on this episode of Plastic Treasures, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite, most obscure toy lines from the late 1980s, and that being Mattel's Computer Warriors. So let's take a look.
One of my favorite toy lines from the 1980s is probably one that you've never even heard of. If you have, then you know how cool these figures and playsets are. Computer Warriors was a toy line created by Mattel in 1989. The line only lasted 1 year, but the items that came out during that year were very, very cool. Expect the unexpected. That was the tagline for this line of action figures and playsets. The storyline explains that a top-secret government computer accidentally unleashed a group of evil virus troops onto the world. Led by the evil Megaheart, these evil viruses hide in everyday household items while plotting world domination by taking over all of the world's computers and electronics. In response, the government created and released good soldiers to combat the evil viruses. These computer warriors, led by the heroic Rom, are now locked in a battle to put an end to the evil Megaheart and keep the world's computers free of viruses. You can almost look at this line as a cross between the movie Tron and Hasbro's Transformers. It's very obvious while reading the story and looking at the design of the characters that Tron was a heavy influence. The figures came either carded along with a computer chip or boxed along with a small playset. Now, here is where the Transformers influence comes in. The computer chips that were packaged with the carded figures each had the ability to unfold into jet flyers. The cool thing about these is how they would look when they were completely folded up. The backs of the figures are designed to match the computer chip in order to blend in. The playsets were even cooler yet. They came in all different designs that were to resemble common household items, such as pencil sharpeners, clocks, books, trophies, flashlights, calculators, and even Pepsi cans. Each of these items transformed into cool little bases and weapons for the computer warriors and viruses to use in combat. The soccer trophy here unfolds into a radar rover. The clock transforms into a Cybro Blaster, and the Pepsi can turn into a Hyper Hoverjet. Each playset came with their own hero or villain action figure to pilot the device, as well as a sheet of really nice decals to bring the inside of the playset alive. Now, one other cool thing to note about these is that when they were in their hidden forms, they actually were working items. No, the Pepsi can wasn't a real can of Pepsi, but the clock was a real digital clock. The flashlight really lit up, the pencil sharpener really sharpened pencils. I mean, that is just a really cool extra touch that was added to these playsets. Now, the treasure chest of this line has to be the computer base. This huge playset starts out as a computer, but unfolds into a huge base for the Computer Warriors, complete with lots of cool projectiles and action features. If you can get a hold of one of these, consider yourself very lucky. It's probably one of the coolest playsets I have ever seen, and it's not easy to come by. In fact, I'm still trying to get a hold of one to add to my own personal collection. Now, Computer Warriors was one of the few toy lines in the 1980s that did not have its own animated TV series to tie in. There was, however, one pilot episode that explained the origins of the characters. This cartoon was released on VHS and was included with some of the toys. It's actually fairly common to find still, so if you're interested in checking it out, get online, you can pick it up. It's a pretty neat little cartoon that combines some early wireframe CGI with classic animation. Oh, and if you pay real close attention, you'll even notice one of Mattel's very famous heroes has snuck his way into the background. There's no doubt that Computer Warriors was one of the most overlooked toy lines of its time. And still to this day, not many people know it even existed. But if you're looking for a fun new classic toy line to discover for yourself, Computer Warriors is definitely the line for you.
This week on That New Toy Smell, my not-so-good friend Dirt and our always favorite crazy Scotty Cash bring to you a new segment for the grand opening. So let's take a look and see what they've got to surprise us with this time.
Welcome back, my friends. This is part two. Second installment of the grand opening here on That New Toy Smell. I am, of course, Dirt. This is
Scotty Cash.
And today we're here to open a brand new toy. We're at the Scenic Killin' Enterprises in Springfield, Illinois, which you can check online at www.killinenterprises.com. They also have an eBay store. Check it out. They got toys, video games, movies, computer parts, everything, pretty much. That you
Stuff we enjoy.
Stuff for nerds, geeks, you know who you are. We've got the store. Now, today we're looking at wrestling toys. We have these microaggression figures from WWE. These are, what company? Jakks Pacific, of course. They've got the light. So you can see little guys in there, little accessories. These are rated for kids 12 and up. So as long as you're over 12, you should be okay. Because I guess by the time you're 12, you know not to eat these. These aren't vitamins.
What?
Yeah, no, seriously. These are toys made of plastic, not food.
Oh, see, whatever.
Now this is Series 6 on my pack. What's your series?
Yeah, 5.
Series 5. 5.
So you got different people on the back?
Do I have different people on the back? Oh, I
Sure
do.
do.
You've got Undertaker there. I've got King Booker.
You got Triple H with shirt.
Boogeyman.
Hardcore Holly.
So, just the finest superstars WWE has to offer have been included in this line.
Except for Batista. Not a big fan.
Alright. Someone's holding a grudge. Well, you want to open these?
I do. This is the only thing they're going to be good for.
Now, are we going to do it like last time where we just kind of have at it, or do you want to do it nice and slow, like a strip tease kind of?
Because I don't know.
Work it.
You got me under a lot of pressure for opening some toys.
We have to go all out on the grand opening on That New Toy Smell, and if that includes doing a strip tease of opening toys.
Okay, lead us off. Can I do Christmas style?
Yeah, you just bust it open.
Let's let them get the smell at home. Can they smell through the microphone?
Do they have smell-o-vision?
Let's see.
If your computer is equipped with smell-o-vision, you can get a little waft of that right there. It's nice.
With bashing action.
Oh! Uncalled for. Alright, so here's a Chris Masters. You can see we've got a point of articulation in the head, right there on the neck. we got the shoulder, and we've got the leg. So, 5 points of articulation. That's key. Yes.
Don't Lego men have 5?
Lego?
Yeah.
Well, do you count 6 because they come together in the waist?
Yeah, sure I do.
Or these? Oh, these do move at the waist. It's 6 points of articulation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, nice. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the accessories. Oh, now some assembly required. As you can see there.
I got newly MMA fighter Bobby Lashley. For those of you at home that don't know that,
Really?
fights next month.
Oh, switch to the dark side, huh?
I guess.
So there's our little
See
table that we
See
can
how
break.
tough he is when he gets sucker punched by Tommy Dreamer.
Whoa! Now, actually, I mean, there's a fair amount of detail for guys that are this small. MVP, he's got little stripes going all the way down the side there. He's got the MVP on the back. He's got the stripes on the shoulders. And then his face, you know, you got the eyes, you got all the facial hair sculpted on there.
I like how it has the ring and all that stuff as well. Did you talk about that?
Well, I mentioned that there is a playset shown on the back.
Where's the plate?
Well, we didn't get one of those.
How am I going to go off the top rope with this?
If you want Scotty Cash to have a microaggression micro playset, send PayPal now!
You can get like an email address or something?
Yeah, here, we'll put the PayPal address right there.
Appreciate
so
that.
you can just send it right. Actually, it's my PayPal address, but you know, it's fine. You know,
I trust you.
We'll buy the toys, but take a guy like Edge. You've got his tattoos on that arm, and tattoo on that shoulder. Plus, you've got his little logo there on the wristbands and on the tights. So there is quite a lot of detail on these little guys.
Uh-oh.
Considered what?
I think we might have got a variant. He's got yellow boots. Our guy got black boots.
See, there you go, folks.
It's either a mess up or a variant.
See, the package shows yellow, and we've got black boots. So this could be a variant. If you want to send us an offer to get this rare exclusive version, let us know. Let's take Chris Manson. Here, let's actually lay him on the table. And we'll take Edge here. Edge from up top. And he's going down! And it broke.
Some assembly required.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right.
Oh, fantastic. Sat there. Oh, and he's sitting in the chair there?
He's very tired.
Yeah, oh, he's relaxing.
Yeah, he's tired of all the crap.
So instead of any sort of action feature, it's more of a relaxation feature for the wrestlers. I see.
With the bashing motion. Action.
So how do you bash it?
I'm back. Their hands don't... Like
You just broke the chair.
I did.
We need to send it back. Right. Now, the hands don't open or anything, so there's no way to actually grip. But they are in fists. So you can't have them face off against each other and then just throw punches at them. And that's hours of entertainment. I mean, for me, like if I'm in the back of the car with nothing else to do, and I just have two of these little guys, and they just make fists, and just kind of go back and forth.
You could get your Muscleman ring. Did you get one of the Muscleman ring where the little thing goes around and they just go...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, actually, these might be close to the same scale, or the same size. Scale is different because of big heads. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I might be willing to take one of these and stick it on the dashboard right next to the Virgin Mary. You know, that I have on there, and the little hula lady. You know, have all three of them go together. I think that might be nice. And Bobby Lashley obviously gives a different blessing on your car than the hula lady. But you know. He's got his own thing working. People know not to break into your car. It's Bobby freaking Lashley. I mean, come on. Who's going to mess with you?
Not me.
Exactly.
So overall, you're happy?
Overall, I'm happy. Yeah.
How much were they?
These run about $6. So it's about $2 a figure. But, you know, you consider your 3 1/4 figures are like, what, $7, $8 now? And your bigger figures are $11, $12. So $2 a figure is pretty good value.
With
since,
the accessory.
The accessory. Half a table. I don't know where my other half went.
It's gone.
I was a little overzealous with my off the top of Scotty's head earlier, but, you know, you do what you can. But, yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
I give them a thumbs up.
I'll give him a thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's a little fat thumb, but I'll give him a thumbs up.
All right, then. You got 2 thumbs up on the microaggression figures here, and they have a nice smell. It is a nice smell.
They do have a nice.
They do have a good plasticky. You're not smelling the paint. It's the.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's
Really?
Nice.
From in there. That is good. You can sniff the package, you can sniff the toys. It's all good. They all got smell. So, all right. Well, I think that wraps it up for today. And I hope you enjoyed this installment. We hope to see you next time. Of course, if you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see us do, you can always email us. Come to the forums, call the phone number. Pixel Dan will give you all that information later. You don't need to hear it from me. But I will add, though, if there's something specific you'd like to see us do, just send it to us. I'm sure you'd like to get toys in the mail, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just send that little set. We'll just do the set.
The microaggression playset?
Why not?
Yeah. So just free toys. We like them. So
I do enjoy free toys.
Right. So again, I'm Dirt. Right there, Dirt.
I'm Scotty Cash.
What, are you putting it up there now?
Can we do that?
I don't know.
Well, you guys are the technology. Yours is all nice and fancy.
Yeah.
Well, I can't put it up here.
Well, all right, mister. They'll fool themselves, but we'll see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, signing off. See you next time.
Adios.
That new choice now.
For the final installment of episode 3, we're going to join Dirt as he takes a look at one of his favorite toy lines, Tron. He will be doing a retro return, taking a look at the original Tron figures as compared to the re-releases and Tron 2.0. So Dirt, take it away, buddy.
Now, you all know that I love Tron. I mean, we talked about that this week on From Pixels to Plastic. And in that... What? Not all of you have seen From Pixels to Plastic this week? Oh, my goodness. All right, just go right now. Go to RetroWareTV.com, watch From Pixels to Plastic, and then come back. I promise we will not start without you. I promise. All right, we're starting without him. Now, on that episode of From Pixels to Plastic, I talked about how much I love Tron, how much Tron meant to me growing up. And I know you're thinking, hey, Dirt, I'm a fan too. I bought the DVD of Tron. Well, I'm sure you did. But did you also buy the UMD for the PSP? That's right. I'm that big of a nerd for Tron, I bought both just to have them. So that means when I heard they were coming out with a game, Tron 2.0, back in 2003, that was going to be set back in the Tron universe with all new characters and toys, you know I was down for it. Now, there were 4 characters that came out. You had Jet Bradley, Mercury, the IC Regular, and Thorn. Oh, that evil, evil Thorn. Now, each character came in a blister on a card, which is pretty standard for toys. You had the Tron 2.0 logo at the top and a card at the bottom that said all the information about the character. Now, Jet Bradley was the main character of the game. He was Alan Bradley's son, Alan Bradley being the original designer of Tron. Now, you can see in the look on Jet Bradley that he looks like he belongs in Tron, but a 21st century Tron. It invokes that original style, but still, it's been beefed up. He even has the identity disc, which this time snaps into the wrist, so he can always be holding it, and you're never going to lose it. This guy was awesome with 13 points of articulation. When you compare him to the original toys, he's obviously a lot bigger and a lot more detailed, but he's still really, really cool, and it's really awesome of what they did updating the character for the modern day. Next we have Mercury. Now, Mercury was Jet's friend inside the computer who helped him in Tron 2.0. She had 11 points of articulation, and she had a glow rod. Now, originally the guards in the first movie had the glow rod, so it was nice to see how they would mix things up a little bit. But also, look at the figure. Look at all the detailed line work. Look at all the little bits that are going on in the sculpt there. It's amazing to see how much they were really willing to do for these figures. They weren't afraid to sit down and sculpt everything into them, unlike the original figures that just had all the lines painted on. Now you had the IC Regular. These were the guards. These were the grunts that were helping Thorn to take over the network. They had 14 points of articulation. They came with the identity disc, but they also had a shield. Now, in the game, these guys have a lot of parts that just kind of float in the air that together form the character. So when they made the toy, they put clear plastic bits in between some of the joints to make it look like light was passing right through it. It's kind of a neat effect that's hard to get across in the pictures and videos online, but if you get a chance to actually take one of these toys and look at it up close, it's really neat the way the light is traveling through it. Plus, the shield is really, really big. makes it kind of bulky, but at the same time, it really looks like a functional shield, as opposed to something like Captain America's, which really doesn't cover much at all. And of course, we have the evil Thorn. Now, Thorn was the main bad guy of the game, trying to take over the whole network. He's got 13 points of articulation, and as you can see, he's really an interesting looking character. In the game, he's kind of this glowing mass of greenish-yellow energy, with these little bits of skin-type things stuck to the outside of it. So when they sculpted it, they actually had to sculpt pretty deep into the body frame in order to make it look like these other pieces were just kind of floating on top. Once again, the pictures and the video online don't really do it justice. If you get a chance to look at it, it looks really, really cool. And if you compare him to Sark, the original villain from Tron, there's really no comparison. I mean, the guys are so completely different and designed so completely differently, you really can't say much about how they go together. Now, as much as I love that original toy line, the new toy line was obviously just head and shoulders above. They were so much bigger, so much more articulation, so well sculpted. You really got to hand it to NECA for the job they did on these things. They were great to look at and great to play with. As you can see, the toys don't really go together that well from one line or another. In fact, it's pretty safe to say that this new line could kick the butt of anybody from that original toy line. But still, I love having both. Having both of them really kind of says something about the love for the line and how it went from one to the other. And I don't think I could ever part with any of them. Again, as much as I love Tron, I'm no Tron guy. But you know what I am going to do is go upstairs and listen to the movie soundtrack on LP.
Well, that's all the time we have for episode 3 of That New Toy Smell.
That's right, guys. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email us at the following email address, tntsadmin@gmail.com. Drop us a note, give us your comments, your concerns, or you can call us at the following number. Leave us a voicemail, because you never know. Your voicemail may end up on a future episode of That New Toy Smell.
That's right. Also, don't forget, visit www.thatnewtoysmell.com. That's our wonderful home on the internet, and it's come a long way since the last time you've probably been there. Plus, while you're there, why don't you sign up for the message boards? Chat it up. We would love to hear from you.
That's right.
So until next time, I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm Duvall.
Take care, guys.
See you later.
You